We have people who are stealing. They're called hedge funds. They borrow, they pledge to borrow money. They don't actually get money. They pledge to borrow it. They sign a pledge to borrow it. They then come into a firm and say, oh, we have this money. We have enough money, we're pledged to buy your corporation out and take you over. Where's the money? Well, don't ask that. We have a pledge here. So therefore they come in. It's not their own money. They're not buying the company with their own money. They're buying it with a firm. They take the company over. How do they pay the bill? They loot the company. Sell off the carcass, walk off with the money, and go on and loot the next company. That's allowed. This is liberalism. And liberalism is the rejection of truth as a standard of justice. Or the rejection of the method of determining truth as a standard of justice. So that's what the problem is. And therefore you have people who believe in liberalism. Where does this come from? It comes from two things. It comes from something which is morally disgusting. If you believe in oligarchy, do you believe that you should kiss the butt of somebody up there because they're an oligarch and you're not? Now, if you believe that that's an advantageous system for you, because you might get a favor or so forth from that, then you will act to support the continued rule of you by the oligarchy. And what you have in the case of the British system is a deep moral corruption of the British culture, which has never been removed since the time that after Queen Anne died. Never been removed. And this is, we like to have our butt kissed. And therefore we want a system in which we can live that way. That's our system. We are going to defend our system, even if we are slaves within it. And therefore you have people who do not want to be ruled by reason. You find it all in our society. You have people who want to be irrational. I have a right to be irrational. Do you know how many people are like that in this society? Especially among white-collar baby boomer generation people? I am changing my sex tomorrow morning. That's the kind of society you're living in. So the problem is, this is the concept of good and evil. Now, good and evil is not a simple thing that most people try to make it. But good is the desire to be good, and the desire to be rational, and the desire to be good about it. Evil is the side, I don't want to be constrained. If I like to do it, I want to be able to do it. But Sonny, you're not old enough to get a girl pregnant. Anyway, so that's the kind of society. But that's the kind of society you're living in. This is an existential society you're dealing with. And therefore, people who like the freedom to be irrational, even in a predatory way, the right to be predatory, like a society which offers the chance. Look, how many people do you know who are demoralized in recent decades, who turn from despair to gambling? In how many states are gambling laws legalized? Institutional gambling legalized? How many states are running state gambling lotteries? How many states and communities are relying upon gambling as a source of revenue? How many Indian tribes are being looted by this swindle, which is voted up by state after state? What is gambling? Where's the rationality in gambling? Where's the reason in basing a society on gambling? What kind of a mind is it of a legislator, a governor, a senator who would encourage legalized gambling? promoting insanity, called gambling. Immorality, called gambling. What is the state of mind of society in which this occurs? What is the state of mind of pleasure? Go up here, a range, into West Virginia, Clarksburg. Go up, there's a small racetrack. They have a couple of old nags running around. But nobody, people go out and watch the horses, to speak of. Most of us sitting down there with one-arm bandits and similar kinds of things, for nickel dimes and so forth, and gambling their life away. All over this country, people have gone into despair and go into this mass gambling industry. It indicates a society which has this moral weakness in it. And people sometimes like to defend. They're patriots of an immoral society. And that's what the case of the British system is.